I think this is the coolest Dragon Ball Z display piece, and that guy right there might be the most expensive Dragon Ball Z character to date. Well, you'd be wrong, because we have the most expensive display piece slash character. I don't know how you would describe him, but take a look at the brand new Guru coming to the Dragon Ball Z line. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Snook, and today we're gonna take a look at the great Guru himself. We're gonna take a look at everything you need to know about this figure. We're gonna talk about place, we're gonna talk about price, obviously, and we're gonna take a look at every single accessory this great Guru is gonna come with. And guys, I just wanna let you know, he's a big one. All right, guys, diving into the first photo of the great Guru himself. He is the man in the chair. He is a massive figure standing at 10.2 inches tall. This, guys, is going to be that mix between a statue, but also a figure from s.h.figuarts. Pretty much everything is going to be stationary. The chair himself, his whole body, around his neck, and there. His two arms will work and his head will move. That's pretty much what's going to happen with this figure. That's why I'm calling it more of an s.h.figuarts display piece, more like the medical machine that we showed you at the beginning in the intro. It's not designed to be, I mean, it is a character, but it's not really designed to move around and be posed over and over. I mean, we will take a look at all the different accessories that you're gonna be able to do with it. But the thing I wanna point out in this photo is this chair right here. Oh, let's clean that part up real quick. That chair, if you have the king hold like what is sitting behind me right now, it's going to match the exact same make of how they made that chair is how that's going to be. It's going to be like a hollow chair, plastic molded, nothing super fancy about it. And I would be very, very surprised if his body is not molded into the chair. I kind of hope not. I kind of hope it's a different piece that you can kind of sit in, but I'm not going to have my hopes up very, very high. I think that's all one piece. The only thing that's going to be removable is probably his arms, because he'll, you know, have his standard socketed joints. His head is going to be replaceable because we'll look at all the different heads, and of course the Dragon Ball right here at the top is going to be removable as well, and we'll see that in the later photos. But I mean, just taking a look, let's clean that up one more time. Dude, awesome. I am blown away. This is such a cool piece, and just going to be that focal point on a Dragon Ball Z display. If you are a big Dragon Ball Z fan, this guy is going to make a statement in your collection, and a lot of people are probably going to be one of two ways. I can't believe you own that, that's so cool, or I can't believe you own that because it's so dang expensive. So with that, let's move on to the next photo. I want to see more and more of this guy because he's just so cool looking and so massive. All right, guys, so here's the next photo of Guru. He is being able to move those arms, like I said, and he is actually holding the Dragon Ball right there. This is the one that was sitting on the top there. So it does show that that Dragon Ball is going to be removable. And what's really, really cool, if you've guys have seen my Krillin breakdown video of the figure from the Namek Saga that goes along with this Krillin, I'll put a card up in the corner if you haven't seen that, or go watch that after this one. But it just shows how big this character is going to be with him palming the Dragon Ball and what it looks like in Krillin's hands. This guy is going to be that force on that shelf, like I said. Now, there's not a lot to show on here. I think it's the exact same hands. It's those flat palm hands where you can put them over the end of the chairs or palm a Dragon Ball. And then he does have a different look there. His mouth is open. This is going to be more of when he's talking to Krillin and Gohan, or even Nail. So let's clean that up so you can get a better look at this photo before we move on. But there is a little bit of hope that this figure has a lot of mobility for what it is, but I'm not holding my breath. Maybe he comes out of the chair. I mean, there is a cushion right about here. I guess to get a better look at that, let's move on to the next photo. Well, here it is, guys. This is going to be your size comparison. He is standing at a whopping 10.2 inches, like I said before. And of course, Nail is closer, probably to your 6 inches. And Krillin is, I think, 5.3 inches or something like that. Like, he's not very big compared to this guy, but this does show your size comparison when it comes to this figure and just how much more towering he's going to stand next to the Krillin and also the Nail. The Nail is also a figure coming out. If you are interested in me doing a breakdown of Nail, let me know and we can talk about all the stuff he comes with, how to get him and all that, kind of like what we're doing in this video. What really irks me about this is they're showing Dende, but Dende, the only way you're able to get that Dende is if you order Poronga. Now, this guy might be a little bit more expensive. We'll talk about the price here in a little bit. I just kind of want to get through all the cool stuff to really see what he comes with, to make that judgment at the end. Going straight to the price without knowing what's going to come with it really is an uninformed decision. It may still be too expensive or just right on the money for you, but I wanted to talk about everything. And just Dende coming with the $300 Purunga, and Purunga not really being in scale, but this guy is the biggest selling point for me. Like, if this guy was completely out of whack and had to be a standalone figure, and maybe it came with like a smaller Krillin or a smaller Dende to quote quote be in scale, I wouldn't be interested. But the fact that this guy is directly in scale is just astounding to me. There is nothing new in this photo. It's just showing the size comparison between Guru himself and of course his companions, Nail, Dende, and Krillin. So let's move on to the next photo. All right, guys, so taking a look at the next photo, not a lot of changes again. Only difference is going to be the smiling face. He has the relaxed face, he has the talking face, and now he has a smiling head. He is, again, another bald character, so it's going to be a completely molded head to snap off the ball joint and put back on. There is a little movement up and down and left to right, but I think that's the extent of the movement there, and it's the exact same hands. So no new hands, just a new face in this. But it's a really cool shot, kind of from the anime of when Guru grants Krillin with the 1-star Dragon Ball from the show, which is really cool. And it just shows how tiny Krillin is standing next to him. Again, just an astronomically huge figure, but not a lot going on so far. We've no new hands, only the one set of hands and 3 faces so far. So, oof. Tamashi, this better not be outrageous. All right, guys, again, not a lot of going on in this photo. It is the same smirking face. It is the same type of hand, but a cool shot, kind of like a straight out of the manga panel or straight out of the anime shot of him putting his hand on top of Krillin, which is really, really cool. And seeing the joyous face of Krillin right there is super cool. But yeah, it's starting to scare me with the amount of accessories this guy's coming with. Insane. Oh, one little side note, little tidbit. Looks like you can move his antenna. That's kind of cool. All right, guys, and for the last photo of the Great Ginyu, it is going to be this one. Again, we get a separate face. This is more of kind of like a concentrating face. This is the part from the anime when he puts his hand on top of Krillin and also Gohan to unlock their hidden potential. Now, one thing I just noticed, guys, other than the new faceplate, this is a new faceplate right here. It's more that concentrating face. It is different than the first faceplate I just looked, but it's a little bit different. Right here, guys, if we zoom in right there, that looks like a light. Does he have a light in his arm? I mean, this guy did have a light inside of the figure just to show where you could see actually Goku through it, but having a light on Guru's hand really doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I know in the anime there is like a light effect and there is some sort of illumination to show that they're unlocking the ability, but having some sort of light in the palm of his hand is really a strange and unnecessary addition, I guess, to this figure, in my opinion. Like, to me, that just seems like, oh, cool, like it's a cool feature that's added, but to me is unnecessary to the point where I don't care. This guy right here, like I just showed you, like super cool. This is probably the 3rd time I've turned it on. I don't think it's completely necessary to have a light in here. I don't know how much cost that's gonna add to this figure, but this is the last photo. Again, it shows the height of Nail there, and of course that Dende, which really irritates me because I do not have the Purunga. Tamashi, we're gonna need you to bring out a Dende, a little articulated one, so I can have the Dende without buying the Purunga. All right, guys, so it's the part of the video that you're probably dreading the most. Sometimes I usually talk about like, this is the most exciting part of the video that you want to know because you want to know how much the pre-order, blah, blah. I'm going to say dread for a particular reason. If you look at the price of this guy, he is $310. By date, this is the most expensive Dragon Ball Z S.H. Figuarts out there. Like, this topples everything else from before, trumps the Purunga by $10. It kills this guy by double and then some. I don't know where Tamashi is getting these numbers from. I know the tariffs are impacting it, but it is really kind of hurting a lot of people out there when it comes to prices of figures. What I said before in the video, whenever I mentioned, you know, hey, this might be that staple piece on your mantle, people, there are 1 or 2 things like, oh, that's so cool, how'd you get that? Or, oh, cool, I can't believe you bought it. Yeah, This is why, because a lot of people have already stressed their concerns about the price hikes when it comes to the other figures. Like we talked about the Krillin in the last video being an $80 Krillin, which is unnecessary. But this guy being $310, I think people were passable on the Krillin and picked it up. But this guy, I think, is going to be absentee from a lot of collections. But if you guys are interested in this guy, he is premium Bandai. This is an exclusive retailer that sells these bigger, higher, most sought after characters, where if you made a $300 Guru and you threw it on the shelf at, your standard places where you can get them, sometimes Barnes and Noble, sometimes GameStop, these will not sell. So this is the perfect spot for this. The only downside with premium Bandai, it is only United States and Japan based. So if you don't live in one of those two states, it's kind of more difficult to get it, especially with all the import fees lately. But if you guys decide to pick up this Guru from Premium Bandai, we are an affiliate here on the channel. So if you want to use my link, I'll leave a affiliate link down in the description. So if you want to pick up your Guru, let me know down in the comments. Are you picking up a Guru? Are you adding this guy to your collection? Is this just hands off? Like, absolutely not. Let me know down in the comments, guys. I have been Snook. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.